just crazy, as these hypocrites not only already have armed guards and Secret Service protection, but extend that protection. There's been a law on the books for a while limiting Secret Service protection to presidents to 10 years after their terms. Now Obama has given himself armed protection for life, but none of the slaves in America can afford to have armed guards. Maybe the rich celebrities who are also calling for gun control, maybe those in Congress making money off insider deals can afford to hire guys in suits with guns to protect them, but you, the American, don't deserve to protect yourself. That's the message being sent here. So just really more sign of hypocrisy. And of course, the president should be protected. No one better ever even think about laying a hand on a president, because then they'll win. No, we want to beat them in the info war. We want to discredit their arguments and show how self-defense is our right. You can't take it away from us. Obama also, of course, opposed the gun ban exception in Illinois, voting that even if you use a gun in self-defense for an intruder, an attempted rapist, an attempted murderer, that you should still be punished. They seize upon the case where the guy was made to pay a $750 fine even after using a gun against an intruder. Just absurd. And Obama's got a long history of voting against the Second Amendment, but this particular vote goes back to 2004. He's also got surveys when he was state senator and running for office dating back to at least 1996, where he answers absolutely yes to any and all proposed forms of gun legislation, gun control, and he's tried to obfuscate that. His aides have tried to make excuses, but we know Obama's on the record against the Second Amendment. And so here's a series of clips that Jakari Jackson rounded up demonstrating that hypocrisy, how people under armed guard are calling for our disarmament.
Gun violence has been on a rampage, as we know firsthand and we know painfully.
A man who had been fired from his job about a year or so began shooting near the Empire State Building, but out on the street. He killed one person, and at least 9 other people were shot, and some may have been shot accidentally by police officers.
Because frankly, in my hometown of Chicago, there's an awful lot of violence, and they're not using AK-47s, they're using cheap handguns. And so what can we do to intervene?
When he turned the door handle, I shot toward him with my mom's gun, and it hit him right here in the arm.
After she shot Jones in the shoulder, he ran out of the bathroom and through this door.
A comprehensive strategy. Part of it is seeing if we can get automatic weapons that kill folks in amazing numbers.
The assassination attempt on President Ronald Reagan. An agent pulled an Uzi submachine gun out of a briefcase.
We joke sometimes about how, Malia's getting to the age now, and boys start calling, and
yes.
Sort of. I always talk about how one of the main incentives for running again was continuing Secret Service protections, so that there are men with guns around at all times.
We're 30 minutes from law enforcement. We had no way to protect ourselves, and there wasn't anybody around to take care of us. We were our first responders.
Right.
I came up with a plan, and the plan, has been on the news a lot. It's pretty self-explanatory. They have to have a CHL. We approve them.
I guarantee you, Barack Obama ain't taking my shotguns, so don't buy that malarkey. Don't buy that malarkey. They're gonna start peddling that to you. I got 2. If he tries to fool my Beretta, he's got a problem. I like that little over and under. I'm not bad with it.
The latest limousine, known as the Beast, thanks to 8-inch thick armor plating. Remington shotguns are close at hand.
I'm the guy that originally wrote the assault weapons ban that became law, and then we got defeated. Then then Dianne Feinstein went to town on it and did a great job.
I know the urge to arm yourself because that's what I did. I was trained in firearms. I'd walk to the hospital when my husband was sick. I carried a concealed weapon. I made the determination that if somebody was going to try to take me out, I was going to take them with me.
California Senator Dianne Feinstein worked for more than a year to get the assault weapons bill passed in the face of ferocious opposition from the National Rifle Association. She says she got the best she could.
If I could have gotten 51 votes in the Senate of the United States for an outright ban, picking up every one of them, Mr. and Mrs. America, turn them all in, I would have done it.
One thing that I think is clear with young people and with adults as well is that we just have to be repetitive about this. It's not enough to simply have a catchy ad on a Monday and then only do it every Monday. We need to do this every day of the week and just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way.
The Justice Department is basically guilty of allowing weapons to kill Americans and Mexicans. So will you agree to cooperate with that investigation both on the House and Senate side?
We'll certainly cooperate with all the investigations, but I'm going to take great exception to what you just said. The notion that somehow or other this Justice Department is responsible for those deaths that you mentioned, that assertion is offensive. And I want to tell you that...
But what if it's accurate, Mr. Attorney General?
Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the sites, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.